clean drinking water, water conservation, and water treatment. Three very important topics that we're going to cover today as we visit with Devin Arciniega and Miguel Guerrero of the City of San Bernardino's Municipal Water Department. This is actually going to be a two-part show showcasing each and every one of those topics, and it's going to be very informative. So please stick around. We'll be right back right after this. Joining us now is Devin Arciniega. She is the Water Conservation and Public Affairs Coordinator for the City of San Bernardino's Municipal Water Department. I've asked her to come on the show. I've been wanting to get her on for quite some time. This young lady is so knowledgeable about water conservation. She's going to share everything that's available to you, the residents of the City of San Bernardino, about what's available as far as water drought resistant plants and all kinds of conservation tips. So with that, Devin Arciniega, welcome to Life in SoCal, and thank you so much for taking time out to talk to us. She's a very busy young lady, and she does so much within a day, and she took time out of her schedule to come and talk to you, the residents of San Bernardino, to share with you what's possible in helping to conserve water. So with that, Devin, please let the people of San Bernardino know.
Thank you, John.
What's available to them.
Thank you so much. So I'm really happy to be here, and first I'd like to say we're always happy to come out and talk to the community about water conservation, why it's still needed, and what you can do to be more water efficient. So really glad that you've invited us here today to share that message with the San Bernardino community. So as you mentioned, I'm our Water Conservation and Public Affairs Coordinator, and my job is to really make saving water, becoming more water efficient, easier for our residents and customers of the City of San Bernardino Municipal Water Department. We do that in all different kinds of ways. You can catch us at events. We do a lot of public events, city events. You might see us at our water conservation booth. We have several conservation programs that are available to you, and which we'll talk about a little bit more in a bit. And we also offer things like workshops and all kinds of different resources, again, just to make it easier for our residents to save water and help locally conserve our natural water supplies.
Now, that's a very crucial thing, is water conservation, especially in today's times, because we hear so many different stories from mainstream media. Okay, the snowpack is there, the drought's over. No, it doesn't stop that easily. There's a lot more that flows downstream, no pun intended.
Water jokes.
Yeah. See, so it's important that we still do what we can as a community to conserve water and to do as much drought-resistant plants and those landscaping and stuff. But one thing I wanted to mention was, within her role, this young lady comes out to actually some of our neighborhood watch meetings within our community. She's done that, and we've asked her to come on, and she brings water conservation kits. She brings a lot of the literature that's available, and this is so important because when you're there to talk about these things, it's important to have the visual there. Plus, it's an incentive when you have a water conservation kit available only for the citizens of City of San Bernardino. It gives you the incentive to start on that path of conservation. So it makes you aware and makes you conscious of how important it is to do our part. Each of us to do our part. So with that, I'd like to start with, if you could just tell everybody A to Z, what are the things you'd like to share with them as far as the programs and different things. So.
First off, you've made such great points here. So first of all, I would like to touch on something that you said, and you're absolutely correct. There is a lot of mixed messages that you'll see in the media, and we are very much actively pursuing continued conservation here in the city of San Bernardino, and it is needed. It's something that we need to continue to do, and it's something that we need to embrace as a way of life here in our city. The other thing is we have all kinds of resources, as you mentioned, water conservation kits being one of them. You can actually see one right here.
And can you see some of the stuff that's in there?
Of course, of course. So in this kit, and as you mentioned, this is just something to start off, and we like to think that offering something like this just makes it much more clear how easy it is that you can save water. You can pick this kit up for free if you're a customer of the City of San Bernardino Municipal Water Department. You don't have to necessarily be a San Bernardino resident, but you do have to be one of our customers. We serve the City of San Bernardino and also some of the surrounding communities around San Bernardino. So if you're our customer, if this looks familiar to you, come and pick one up because you can get one for free.
And it's so, and when you see some of the things that are in there, you would see, oh, you mean if I just change this nozzle, it'll help save water.
Right. So, and it comes with an instruction packet to show you exactly what everything is, if you can't tell, and also how to install it. Okay. But the kit includes a couple of aerators for your bathroom faucet. Pretty much everybody already has these, but what you're looking at is what the gallon per minute rate is on this aerator. Oh. So this one in particular, this is a 1.5 gallon per minute aerator, and that's typically more efficient than the 2-gallon aerator that you'll see.
And the tube is what you get with your faucet when you buy it at the store, correct?
It depends on what model of faucet that you're buying, so you definitely always want to check to make sure if you already have a more efficient faucet. If some of the models are newer models, you may not even know it, but you may have already purchased a very efficient model. Definitely check that flow rate before you switch it out, because
when you're at the store, you can do your homework and then check it out there.
We also have another aerator. It's a bigger one, and this one's for your kitchen faucet, and this one's really great, especially for those of you who wash dishes by hand in your sink. This faucet, not only is it have a 1.5 gallon per minute flow rate, but it also has this swivel attachment and this handy lever right here, so you can very quickly shut on the water on and off. So when you're rinsing those dishes, you don't have to leave that water running, because of course you don't want to leave the water running when you're washing dishes in the sink. Right. So that's one other component of the kit.
I actually have that. I like that.
I do too. I do too. I have a dishwasher. If you guys didn't know, a fully loaded dishwasher is actually the most efficient way to wash your dishes.
It is.
If it's fully loaded. But if you don't do that, or if you're just going to wash a quick dish, this is a great option for you. Right. The other item that we have in here is dye tablets to check to see if your toilet's leaking. And this is actually something that people don't consider, and they don't even know they might have a leak. And that's why these tablets are so helpful. What you do is you put a tablet in the tank of the toilet. You wait about 20 or 30 minutes. If you see any color in the bowl of the toilet, then you know you have a toilet leak. And you won't ever, sometimes you can hear it, but most often you won't even know until you test it, because you can't always hear a toilet leak. And of course, leak always means that you're wasting water. You could be using it more efficiently. So that's the other component of the kit.
I got re-educated, because I do believe you did point that out at one of the meetings that you attended, and I need to actually do that to see if I have any leaks that I didn't know
it's your lucky
about.
Day, because I have one of these for you right at the end.
Okay, that's great.
So the last component, and many of you, I think every parent in here with a teenager is going to say, I need that, because that's the comment I always get. It's a 5-minute shower timer. So basically, it's just a reminder. You can take a quick shower, you can be more efficient, and I'm sorry, again, I'll have to say, every parent with a teenager says, I need that. My teenager is taking 45 half-an-hour showers. We don't need to do that, so this is just a little reminder for them.
What is it, therapy? Oh my goodness. 10 minutes max, 5 ideally.
Across the board. I always get that with parents.
Goodness.
So that's our water conservation kit. As I mentioned, it is free, available to customers of the City of San Bernardino Municipal Water Department. And if you catch us at a community event, we have these available for free as well. So if you see us, If you see our booth, come and visit us. We would love to talk to you. We do events pretty fun. I'd say if you find us, we have lots of information available for you. You might find our mascot Drippy, which is always a good time. So definitely come and talk to us. The other thing that we offer, so I do water conservation, but I'm also public affairs, as you mentioned, for the department. And what you might find at one of these community events are our publications. So I have a couple of examples of what you might see, and as you mentioned, the visual component is very helpful.
Right.
And it also lets you know a little bit more about what you might not know about your department, because, I mean, we're all very familiar with turning on the faucet, flushing the toilet. We know the water is there for us to use, but you don't always know the background or how that service is happening for you, and the people and the effort and the projects that it takes to make sure that you have clean, reliable water at the tap when you need it. So our publications are one way to learn about that. Here I have our semi-annual newsletter. It's called H2O in the Know. You can find it on our website. You can find it in our customer lobby, and also we offer that at the events that we attend. So it has lots of great information and information about department accomplishments and projects and programs available to our customers. Keep checking that, because we all are always trying to develop new programs to assist our customers, whether it be to save water or just gain more information, and of course to become more water efficient.
Now, if you mentioned this right here, I think I do receive that in my mail at home. Some type of a newsletter from the water department.
So we do. There are some publications that we do send out. One of them is the notification for your consumer confidence report.
That's the one.
It is, yeah. And this is a report that every water agency is required to do annually. And what it does is tell you about the quality of your drinking water in the prior year. So as of July 1st, our 2018 Consumer Confidence Report just came out, and this again has information about your drinking water, but it also has lots of information about the department's infrastructure projects and what we're doing to ensure sustainable water supplies for the future.
Now, another thing I'd like to talk about on the conservation side, or going a lot more efficient, I want to talk about the drought-resistant landscaping and those types of things that people could be doing at home. Can you speak a little bit to that, to the community?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is such a big component of water use efficiency, and which is really just another phrase that conservationists like to say to save water. But outdoor water use, not many people know, is where you're using most of your water in a typical household. So a residential household here in the Inland Empire typically uses more than half of their entire water use outdoors.
Wow.
So that's why we have so many programs and resources available to our residents and customers to help educate that, and also let them know what they could be doing differently to be irrigating and watering more efficiently, because of course that outdoor water use is for your landscape. Right. So first off, we have water conservation rebates. We have several of them. We do also have indoor rebates, but as far as the outdoor programs, we have the bulk of our programs are there. We have programs for drought-tolerant plants. We have programs for turf removal, which is a big one. We have programs for efficient irrigation nozzles, for really any way that you can consider if you're going to be converting your landscape to something more efficient, something, of course, other than grass. If you're going to be transitioning to something other than that, we have a program available to you. If you're one of those residents that just really loves your lawn, and we understand and we know that for some people that's really the case, that doesn't mean that you can't save water while irrigating that lawn and keeping it healthy. So we do also offer programs such as high efficiency sprinkler nozzles to help our residents do that as well.
Okay. Now, what about the new smart technology that they're using for the irrigation control? Can you speak to that a little bit?
I absolutely can. So we're really proud of this. Our organization actually offers a program right now
Okay.
where a resident can get an irrigation controller, a weather sensing irrigation controller, installed at their home at no cost.
Wow.
It is. And we also have a rebate program if you've already purchased one, or if an installation is something that you would like to do in your own home.
Okay.
We do also offer a rebate program up to $250 for a weather sensing irrigation controller.
Nice.
And I think that it's important to also distinguish your typical irrigation controller versus a weather sensing one.
Yes. because I never heard of that before.
Well, it's pretty self-intuitive, weather sensing, but that just means that you don't really have to worry about, of course you set your irrigation cycles, but you don't really have to worry about running home or making sure that your irrigation is going to be turned off in weather incidents such as rain.
Right.
Because, of course, we don't want to be running our sprinklers
Right,
while it's
right.
raining. So a weather sensing irrigation controller basically customizes your irrigation for the appropriate weather conditions.
I like that.
And waters most efficiently, so you're saving water and you're also keeping your landscape healthy.
That's nice because I always have to remember to run out there and turn off the irrigation system so it's not doing that in the rain.
You don't want to be that guy who's watering in the rain, right?
Thank you. And I'm like, it's not relevant to be doing something like that. So with a device like that, it's foolproof. It does it all for you. So it takes the worry out of it. One thing I'd like to talk to you about as far as that topic, as far as the lawn itself. Mm-hmm. Since you've been coming and educating us at our meetings, at our neighborhood meetings about this topic, I've started to, for example, cut my lawn thick, as thick and as high as I can, and I use a product on there that won't burn my lawn or any of those types of things, and I follow the guidelines. It seems to have helped me not have to, with following the guidelines that are out there for our watering, which we have those in place still, and it's for a very good reason, because we need to conserve. It stays green longer. Just educating myself on those little things that because I would usually cut my lawns shorter and stuff like. No. If you cut it, it stays, keeps the moisture in there for some reason. It's just.
It does. You're touching on a really great point, and that's absolutely correct. If you're leaving your lawn a little bit longer, the moisture is able to be retained a little bit more. It tends to be a little bit cooler, and I mean, you get the added benefit of not needing to go out there and mow it so often. Of course, we want to do less work in our lives. We want to make it easier. And that's the great thing about implementing efficient irrigation, and especially efficient landscape in your home, because it is typically much less maintenance. Now, if, say for instance, you considered removing some of that lawn and say adopting or installing more efficient landscaping such as drought tolerant trees, shrubs, and drip irrigation, your maintenance would go down even further. And that's one great point. And who doesn't?
I know, less work for me.
Exactly. So that's one thing to consider when you are going to be re-landscaping your home.
I just really, I like to do my part within the community, and a lot of people do. And it's just until, like I say, until you came out and were willing to tell the people what's available to them and what they could do, then they see how simple it is to do it. It's just very easy. It's just, hey, take these couple of different steps and change a few of the things here. Here's their water kit. You're making it easy for the people of our community to do our part. And I like that, because hey, whatever I can, I do within the community.
And not only do you get the return on investment in the water that you save, and of course, that could lead to savings on your water bill, but you also can get up to $2,000 back actually with our rebate programs.
That's
Currently,
nice.
Residential customers are eligible for up to $2,000 back with those programs, which can make a pretty sizable debt if you're, pursuing a landscape project. Also, this isn't just limited to residential properties. We do also have some substantial programs available for commercial and for multifamily properties. So you business owners, please contact us if this is something that you're interested in doing. looking and you want to adopt the more efficient landscaping, because we want to work with you and we can help you with those projects. It benefits the community, it benefits your bill.
Yeah, and and it's funny that I'm glad you brought that up, because there was a major employer that I knew of that did that. They took all of their lawns out and replaced all of it with drought resistant landscaping. It was nice looking. It was really, really nice the way they did it. And the plants that they put in there were plants that they were all drought resistant stuff. And their water usage went down significantly when they did that. And it was just a benefit. And it helped them do their part, but I guess do their part for conservation.
Do their part for conservation, and one reason why it is also a benefit to the community is because, as you notice as an observer, it looks nice. It shows others that it looks nice, and if it's high visibility, perhaps it'll inspire others to adopt more efficient landscaping, because who doesn't want something that looks beautiful but also saves you money?
Yeah, and what I like about that type of landscaping is you can get creative with it, with the plants and everything, and how and the configurations and everything. The possibilities are there. There's no end to the possibilities with it. Another question I did want to ask you about is appliances, washing machines, that type of thing. Are though if when a family goes to a water efficient thing, is washing machine, for example, is that something that is rebate worthy?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So we have rebates for indoor fixtures as well. So of course, high efficiency toilets are something that people typically change out. That's one of them. Washing machines, as you mentioned, clothes washers are also one of them. And then high efficiency dishwashers and high efficiency shower heads are also all of our indoor programs. So it's not just outdoor, also indoor. Those are available for you. And I find a lot of customers, to go through the rebate process, they often go after those first because it's a really quick fix. You replace the fixture and it's done, and you see how easy that process is.
Right.
Why not move outdoors?
I've done it. I went to the water efficient appliances.
And you don't miss it. You're not changing anything other than you're saving water, so it just makes sense.
Yeah, I like to save water, but I also like to save money too.
Right. Right.
And if something works more efficiently, that's really the result that we're looking for. Well, Devin Arciniega, you have given our community a lot of good information to look into, and it's important, because once they see, again, like I said, when you come out to our meetings and you're speaking to this stuff, the community says, oh, okay, let me look at what I can do. So again, you're going to direct them to your website, and they can, at their leisure, they can look at the different programs and the different things that are available to them. Well, I as a resident of the city of San Bernardino appreciate what you're trying to do, and the community has an incentive for what our water department is trying to do to help them in the overall picture of being water conservative. So
it's absolutely true, and we're a team. It's not just on what we are going to do as a community. It's about what we can do together to ensure that we have sustainable supplies for the future. So from a supply standpoint and a resource management standpoint, we're going to do our part. We're going to provide the information you need and the tools you need to help do your part as well.
Well said. Well said, Devin. Thank you so much for joining us today on the program, and we really appreciate the information that you've given to the community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, we certainly have enjoyed our visit today with Devin Arciniega and with Miguel Guerrero of the City of San Bernardino's Municipal Water Department. And we'd like to suggest that you follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at SB City Water. So until next time, I'm John Shollenberger. Thank you so much for watching.